this started. All right, first chat of the night. Good evening. Now, on Facebook. Hold on, folks. We'll be starting here at any moment. That's the plan anyway. As soon as I share this, video, and I'm going to share it to the group page, and then we'll begin. It's like going really super slow. And now it's going even slower than that. All right, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Now we're going to share it to the group page, and then we'll start. All right, I'm okay if you are okay. Here we go. Hey everybody, this is Brian Hogue. Welcome to ChillerNight Live. Yes, that's right. Here we are on Tuesday, on terrifying Tuesdays. But here we are, ChillerNight Live. We are just here, and we're going to be going over the schedule for ChillerNight Theater, which will be this Saturday on the 14th of January. So we're just trucking right along this month so far, this new year, 2023, and we've already have a plethora of comments here. Renee Cruz, Brian Hogue, hello, hi, hey, hey, hi, Renee, thanks for joining us. One Sean Bond, hello, hey, one Sean Bond. Let's see, Renee, pump it up, horror sci-fi community, whoop, 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 pump it up. All right, we're gonna pump it up. That's what we're gonna do. Get the pumping here. Autumn Marsh says, hi, Brian. Hey, Autumn, thanks for joining us. Slamming into the music cue. All right. Autumn says, hi, Jack. Hey. Alter ego there. Roger says, good evening. Hey, Roger, thanks for joining us. Renee says, please gently and kindly press the share, like, and subscribe and save buttons, and buy ChillerNight Live merch and gear, stickers, chats, super chats, and join members. Thank you. Helps channels algorithms. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Renee. I appreciate that. And yes, please do all the things that were mentioned there. Share, like, subscribe, save button, and what else? A notification if you're on YouTube. Renee smashed the thumbs button. Thank you. She says she did. So thank you very much. John says, greetings, 2023. This is Crozak the Grand saying, what's up in your Ultraverse? Renee says, don't know what Renee is saying there. Some kind of weird little icons, emojis there. I'm not sure what those are. But Ghoul World Order says, "Hey, Brian, how's everyone tonight? Diablos, Undead, Prince of Pennsylvania. Doing real good. Hope you're doing fine. How was your holiday? How's everybody's holiday seasons? I think I asked that last week, but I don't know that I really got a lot of response from that. So, oh, where did I go here? Okay. Sean Bond says, like, subscribe, and share. Cheers. Thank you. John says, question is, anyone going to see Shin Ultraman this weekend? Oh, I didn't know there was a Shin Ultraman movie out. Is it live action? Is it released in the United States? Autumn says, you have a superhero beside you. I do. I couldn't find Boba Fett tonight. I don't know why that would be a thing. He's supposed to always be here in the vicinity anyway. So, yeah, not sure where Boba went. But fortunately, we had Superman as a backup. So we have this space being utilized quite well, I think. Stephanie says, my holidays are great. Ah, fantastic. Thanks for joining us tonight, Stephanie. All right. Yeah. Oh, now next week, dun, 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 I'm making an announcement here. Next week on, what's today, the 10th? Should be the 10th. It is the 10th. Next week on the 17th, this is where, now if you're on YouTube watching this, you don't even have to listen. You can just run outside and scream at the stars. This next section for the next 30 seconds is not for you, not for YouTube viewers. So, but if you're on Facebook, you might want to take heed to what I'm about to present to you. Next week, next Tuesday, the 17th, and I'll share it with ChillerNight Theater's page. But this right here, ChillerNight Live, I'm going to be switching it over to Brian Hoag's Facebook page. Brian Hoag. That's why I've been having for the last couple of weeks the spelling of my name here. I'm not doing this because I forget who I am. So no, put that on here. Right, where is it? Right here. So you guys can see the spelling of my name if you're not sure. It's B-R-Y. I spell it with a Y. And Hoag, just like Rogue, only with an H. So if you go to Facebook, you can either friend request me, I think, or follow. I think that's an option too. I believe it one of those two should allow you to be notified when the video comes on live. So, and if somebody else, I've got to say, I'm not real knowledgeable on that part of it because I've always been doing it through ChillerNight Theater for the most part. Let me know. If you know, let me know. But it is going to switch next week because I don't have a multitude of viewers here. I mean, I'm having a good time. We're all having fun here. But I got to have more viewers. More viewers. So the 17th, we're going to Brian Hoag. And we're gonna see if we can pick up a bunch of viewers. And if we don't, nothing's set in stone. We can always go back. But I am going to try this. So don't forget. And we'll mention that again throughout the episode here. Renee says, oh, neato, Superman. I'm a big Superman fan. Always liked him. Automar says, you have a superhero beside... Oh, I read that. Okay. John says, yes, Shin Ultraman live action, and it's a Phantom Events movie. I have not seen any trailer, nothing for that. So, that's cool. Shin Ultraman. The only Ultraman... Now, my older brother, Troy, occasionally he'll jump on here, and you'll see him say hi to folks, but... he spent most of his Air Force career in a lot of it was in Japan. Can't see. most of it, but or Korea or so forth. But a lot of it was in Japan, Philippines. So he, was a big fan of Ultraman. He and I grew up watching, the original Ultraman in the '60s. With Hayata, and lift his beta capsule and become Ultraman. That's what we watched. But he said over in Japan, like Ultraman was a huge, huge thing. Like I guess would be like our Batman or Superman. But and we always liked Ultraman. I always thought it was cool. But that's the original series is really about the only one that I know. He can talk about all the variations of Ultraman, but I'm limited to only what I saw as a kid. But that's cool. Now is that a USA release, or is it going to be? Oh, here we go. Renee says Shin Ultraman is tomorrow at 7 p.m. at AMC Laos Metron Theater Cineplexes. I am there. Cool. All right. And then hopefully it'd be streaming not too long after that to where I can check it out. I never even heard about this. SBC says, hello everyone. Hey SBC, thanks for joining us. Tom says, SB, hey SB, and hey Tom, thanks for joining us. Ghoul World Order says, tell me about it. We're always searching for new viewers. Yeah, I know. I was looking at my restream I don't know, thing for the tally for the month of December, and it was like my average viewers was like 9. Okay, I'd like to see that up a bit. All right, I mean, even during the entire time I was doing the ChillerNight Live pre-show, it never really went above that. I might have gotten maybe 12, 16, but it never really went much higher than that. But see, now if I go to Brian Hoke's page, I don't know. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to see if we can get more, because I'm not getting that. I'm not getting the viewers on ChillerNight Theaters, so we'll try that. I got to get something here. I got to get more about viewers. All right. This is serious, folks. Tom says you were around in the 60s. Yes. But I was watching at the time that I would come home from school as a kid, though. It was the 70s, and we were watching the reruns. But yeah, I was around in the 60s. Autumn says, superhero like the new Spider-Man movie. Eldro? Eledro? Eledro. I'm not sure what Eledro is. Like the new Spider-Man movie. Is there a new Spider-Man movie? I didn't know. I must be missing all these trailers. I don't know. I knew that there was a. What was the last Spider-Man movie with? I don't know. Something to do with the multiverses. I'm forgetting all the names now. It was easier to remember all these things when there was only like 8 Marvel movies. Eledro. I don't know what that is. Electro? I know there's a Spider-Man villain called Electro. The little star in his head. Can you imagine people like running around in these costumes? If they really looked like they did in the comic books, that'd be kind of entertaining, wouldn't it? Autumn says Jamie Foxx. Oh yeah, Electro. Yeah, Electro. Yeah, he looked a lot different in that version, or in some of the comic version. He has that blue and the white lightning look to him. Yeah, but if you ever see the old classic Electro, it's a green outfit with it kind of looks like a star on his face, like lightning bolts, yellow and green costume. It is bizarre. So I get just the thought of a man running around with these superpowers dressed like that. I don't know. I just don't know. John says, yes, it's the sequel to Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. Really? So, okay, so Spider-Man will be fighting Electro, I guess. What's it called? Is it called Electro? Or don't they have a name for it yet? Wait, before I get it, is the trailer out for it? Or are they just planning this? This is the stuff I want to know. And then, oh man, it's 8:15. I didn't even put up the schedule yet. So I'm gonna see some of these comments, and we'll do the schedule, and we'll jump back here. Lasercorn, hey peeps, he says, reporting live again from Galactic Ice Arena in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Well, welcome, Laser. If anybody has a spare sandwich or anything, please bring it. I'm starving. You're starving. Well, if somebody happens to be in the area of the Galactic Ice Arena in Altoona, Pennsylvania, please, by all means, take a sandwich to Laser. Gold World Order says the best Spider-Man will always be Tobey Maguire. He made you want to kiss your girlfriend while hanging upside down. Yeah. John says, I did like him. I thought he was pretty good. He just had that look, like he looked like Peter Parker. John says, yes, the trailer has popped up on both Facebook and YouTube. Awesome. Well, I'm going to have to check that out. I had no idea. But hey, I'm going to put up the schedule here. Now, this is the Chiller Night Theater television programming for this coming Saturday, on Saturday the 17th, on Stream TV. January 14th. See, I wasn't kidding about that. Stream TV at streammedia.tv. First movie of the night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Samson versus the Vampire Women. And at 10:45, the movie is Jesse James Meets Frankenstein's Daughter. At 12:20 in the morning, the movie is Kill Baby Kill. And at 2 a.m., the movie is Bride of the Gorilla. So there you have it. And all four of those, I'd like to tell you, are hosted by the one and only Jack Shadow. You can see that dapper-looking gentleman, ghoul, whatever he is, hanging up there on the back of the wall in the little picture frame. So be sure to tune in, check it out, and right down below I got ChillerNight.com. If you haven't checked out that website of mine, check it out. What have you got to lose? It won't hurt. Victor says, "What's Brian? Awesome shirt." I'll tell you what this awesome shirt is. Thank you, Victor. Thank you for noticing. This is the I have like half a dozen. I got more than that, but I mean I don't know. I just have like Haunt and Monster and superhero T-shirts that I throw on the jump on here. But this is the Midwest Haunters Convention, and what this was every year up until about maybe 2000. Last year I went was 2014, but then they changed it, and it's now in Chicago, I believe. I'm not going to Chicago for the Midwest Haunters Convention, but I did go to Columbus, Ohio. I didn't mind going there, but what it was you had a couple days where you spent a weekend in Columbus at a big trade show, huge trade show at the Columbus Center, and all these haunt owners from all over the states would come in for this big, huge event. And then they also would take us almost like a little field trip. We all would gather up on Friday night at the beginning of the kickoff the weekend, and they'd bus us off to a few big major haunted houses in the Columbus, Ohio area. So that's what this was. And I really miss it. I really, really miss it. If they still had it in Columbus, I would be going every year because I really miss that. Dale says, "Hey, Dale! Wow, there's a blast from the past." Brian, long time no chat. You're darn right it has. Now that my schedule is freed up, I can partake. What I wouldn't give to host the Thursday night specials. I know, that was fun. That was, now some of you might not have been with us back then. That was back when Facebook allowed you to do watch parties. And on the Chiller Night group page, if you remember, and it only took a couple clicks to become one, we had Thursday nights, a movie every Thursday night, a watch party, and Dale had that. I remember Corpus had that for a while, and then Dale had it for, what would you have it for, like a year and a half or something like that, or a year? I don't know. It was we did it for a while, and it was a lot of fun. I didn't get to actually be there a lot of the times, but because certain sections of the year I was working on the haunted house. So, Laser Coin says, Brian, any word on Gross Fest this year? I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard anything on Gross Fest. And if it's in October, like they had something in October come up, but I wasn't able to. Not really participate in anything on the weekends, which is why we're doing this on Tuesday, is because my Saturdays are busy with like the escape room, and then of course in October I'm going to be really busy with the haunted house. At least that's my plan. I don't know what the new owners of the mall are planning, but according to me, that's my plan. I'll be touching a little bit about that coming up here. Brad, hey, there's Brad. Brad, it's a ChillerNight show, ChillerNight show with Brian. Yeah, Brian, starring Brian Hogue. And now here's Brian. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us tonight. Tom says, well, there's the motorway. What is this? I got some mail. Why would that ding? Why would that come over? Oh, well. Well, there's the Motorway Cool-Off restaurant right next door, Laser, just saying. Ah, Tom's on it. So go over, ask for a sandwich. Don't be shy. Use my name if you have to. Yeah, Tom says, not sure I ever saw you at one of those watch parties, Brian. I was at a few of them. But I wasn't at a lot of them. Dale says, it was for a while, at least a year. At least a year, yes. Gold World Order says, those watch parties were fun. Always something to watch in the evening. Facebook ought to bring the feature back. They really should. What I liked about that, it wasn't the same category of movies that we were playing for Chiller Night Live. I'm doing the public domain for the most part. And but Facebook, I mean, we were watching like 80s horror movie, and I always get the biggest kick out of that because those are some of the funnest ones to watch. But yeah, those were fun. I don't know why Facebook stopped doing that. Autumn says, I'm here. I'm just watching the Pens game. Are they winning? Are they ahead? How are the Pens doing, Autumn? Gold World Order says, they had Gross Festoween. Easy for me to say. In October last year, Buzzkiller went and he had a great time. That's right. Yeah, there was no way. I had 5 groups a day, going through on Saturdays. So, and that was just on Saturdays. I was booked on all my weekends in October, so I just couldn't make it. Plus I was here on Halloween. I'm saying here at the escape room on Halloween night as well. For bookings. Gold World Order says they had, I just read that. Renee says, I will be at the Ultraman movie premiere tomorrow night. Can't wait. I'm excited. Let us know how that is. I'm curious to know how this Ultraman movie. Now let me ask you, now granted, my knowledge of Ultraman is extremely limited, very old. I know the Ultraman of the 60s. So that's all I'm aware of other Ultramen. I may have seen once or twice or a video here and there that my brother showed me, but which Ultraman is this? I think it was mentioned earlier, but I'm not. Is there any connection to the original Ultraman? I don't know. And maybe that's not easy to explain. I don't know. But it has, I'm taking it, has nothing to do with the 60s Ultraman. Google World Order says, I thought that Ding was at my computer first. No, it's mine. Something, there was an email. I was being notified of an email. I don't know why. I didn't set it that way. Lasercorn says, Renee, nice. Ultraman. Autumn says, pens. The pens. All right, they're ahead. Richard Cook says, Brian, dig your shirt. Thank you. I like this shirt. It's nice and comfortable. Look at that, huh? I started moving around and I thought I just had physical therapy again tonight. So arm's coming along very well. They're telling me I'm like 4 weeks ahead of where I should be with recuperating. So I'm doing pretty well. Pretty happy about that. Let me move this down a little bit. Let me move my name down a little bit. When I was moving my arm around, I almost bumped my name. So I don't want to do that. All right. Speaking of movies, Ghoul World Order says, what do you think about the new Crow remake coming out? That has been brought up here, and this is the only place that I know of it to be. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any pictures. Is there a trailer out for it yet? And I probably asked that the last time it was brought up, but I just forget. But otherwise, the Crow remake, hey, if it's a good movie, you know. Let's see. Dale says, how is the escape room doing? I wish the best. It's doing pretty good. I got a new commercial here. I'll play that. It's 30 seconds. You can give me 30 seconds, can't you? So you can give me a lot longer than that. I appreciate it. But I appreciate that. Let me play it now. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Does this sound fun?
ChillerNight Escape Experience presents Zombie Outbreak Escape Room. You and your team are a group of scientists sent to inspect a top-secret laboratory hidden inside a military bunker. Sinister experiments have resulted in reanimating the dead. The facility is now swarming with the living dead, and you have 1 hour to escape, or be overrun by zombies. Do you have what it takes to survive a zombie outbreak? Book your escape room appointment to find out. Book online at ChillerNight.com or call 814-209-8214. Gift certificates are available at the store counter.
All right, so there you have it. I'm going to play around with the voice a little bit. It just sounds... What I did was, like, I tried to fit this in 30 seconds of, you know, going super fast. I shortened that, you know, and then I take some little sections in between sentences. But I'm going to try to redo it and then put a deep bass to the voice, so it doesn't sound so much like me. But yeah, that's the escape room commercial. I'm going to try to tweak that a little bit, maybe this week or so. SBC says, I've never seen an Ultraman movie. I'll have to see if they're on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know. I would think they'd be copyrighted, but I don't know. That's a good point. I don't know. Good question. Or maybe you're not asking a question, you're just saying. but I'm kind of curious now that you mentioned that. SBC says, oh, I just read that. Why am I reading this? Tom says, my brother just got his shoulder cut on over the holidays, Brian. Not a cool way to spend the holidays. No, not at all. I'm 8 weeks. 8 weeks ago is when I had this done. And I was hearing all these horror stories, how horrible it was. The pain is going to be crazy. And yeah, it wasn't, you know, and I didn't lay there, you know, just loving how great it felt. But on the other hand, I mean, it wasn't, I don't know. I had, you know, the way it was built up was like, this is going to be horrible. It wasn't great. Now, don't get me wrong, but if you have this type of surgery in the future, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. But I wouldn't, like Tom's brother, I wouldn't have wanted to go through the holiday. Although Thanksgiving, well, I'm sure you mean Christmas and New Year's, but I went through Thanksgiving and I had to, I'm usually at the head of the table cutting the turkey. We had lots of people over. We had like 20 people over, 18, 20 people over that day. You know, my job, my duty to carve the turkey, and I couldn't do it much as I wanted to. I was trying, and I had to relinquish that duty to somebody else. So it does take a little wind out of your sails. But Brad says, did you know that all the old Superman cartoons from Paramount Pictures are in the public domain? Yeah, yeah, I've had those like copies of those. Man, I've got an old VHS, back in the '80s, uh, that has a ton of those on it. And then I've had DVDs over the year. But yeah, you can find those all on YouTube. Laser Corn says, SB, I used to live for Ultraman when I was a kid. Richard says, cool. Ghoul World Order says, watch this vampire conquer the zombies in that escape room. Hey, come on. You know what gets me is like when I have... Oh, and I'm going to be using the Brian Hogue page because I'm going to be using a segment of that to be pushing, promoting and pushing the escape room. Trying to think of the better verbiage there. And I think I'm not going to do it every week unless I'm getting a great response. And again, all this is trial and error. That's why we're here, folks. That's how this started. Just getting on my phone, telling people about ChillerNight Theater, and here we are. But I would like to see if doing prizes and stuff for free passes for escape rooms, stuff like that. But the next step is next week we'll be switching to Brian Hogue's page. So if you're not a friend of this Brian Hogue fella, perhaps you can request to be friends with me on Facebook or follow. I don't know if you just follow somebody's page, if that will notify you of the live show. I don't know that. I don't know. I was going to ask you guys, but I'm always on ChillerNight Theater, only sharing to Brian's page. So I don't know. I'm trying to pick up more viewers and maybe even more local viewers, in the vicinity of Northwest PA. So I'm going to try that. If that don't work, we'll jump right back into this onto this channel. Victor says, Jack Shadow would be a good host for the escape room. Yeah, he would be. Yeah. Jack Shadow is going to have his hands full this year, though, with his haunted house. It will literally be Jack Shadow's haunted house. So he would be a good host for escape room. But can you imagine all the preparing to get to? Geez, that'd be tough. That'd be tough because, and then I might have to be Jack Shadow like all day long. If it's on a Saturday and I had like 5 groups scattered between noon till, because even though I normally don't start till 3 p.m. on the weekends, I've had people call. That's why I say call. If you don't see a date and time on there you like, give me a call. I've been there from like 11:30 for a noon group all the way up to 11:30 at night. So, I mean, that'd be a long day. It'd be a long day. And unless I'm well compensated for that, we'll just keep Jack for the haunted house now. But yeah, he would be a good host. Make it interesting, wouldn't it? SBC said, the trailer isn't bad. It could be even better in black and white, with short insert clips from old zombie movies and the sound of a warning siren in the background. Oh, a warning siren. If that's something, I wonder about doing like a grainy black and white look. So I have to play around with that, but I like that warning siren. I think I'll add that. I'll drop the voice to a deeper, voice to make it a little bit not so recognizable that it's me. Okay, cool. I like the input. Thank you, SBC. Thank you very much. Um, we're talking about Ultraman and the Crow. You brought up the Crow. Another movie coming out that I just saw. I did see this on Facebook. Scrolling down, I'm like, "What the heck is this?" Nicolas Cage in Renfield. Did you see that? Did you see how he looks? It looks so crazy. Tom Paisley said, "Good idea, SB." Yeah, I like that. I do like that. That's perfect, perfect that I got that kind of input. Um, but yeah, Nicolas Cage. Do you see how he's looking for? And I haven't seen a trailer yet. I just saw some images of him, and it just says the movie. I guess is going to be called Renfield. So Nicolas Cage, one of the strangest actors ever, and then I was leaving the escape room, and I'm right beside the theater at the Cranberry Mall. The theater's going out of business. I don't like that. But it was kind of neat having the theater right beside me. But as I was walking out, I see a Nicolas Cage. I was looking for it on Roku. Like where's this? I saw he was in a Western movie. I forget what it's called, but it's just now came out, and I thought it was something that came directly to streaming. But here I was leaving the escape room Saturday night, and I saw that it was actually on at the theater. It's a theatrical release. So I thought that's pretty cool. A Western with Nicolas Cage. That to me just that was compelling. I want to see this. So um, Gold World Order says Nicolas Cage makes a killer Dracula, doesn't he? The trailer looks like it's going to be good. Yeah, they got him looking pretty creepy. I like that. I haven't seen the trailer. The trailer, I can only imagine it's Nicolas Cage. There's going to be a lot of bizarre overacting, and I'm ready for it. I think, yeah. Tom says, "That's the '40s Superman, isn't it?" Yeah, yeah. Looks, yeah, because he's got the old, more of the triangle or the shield look for the S. And yeah, they had the cartoons, the animated cartoons, and then they had the original the serials with Kirk Allen played Superman, and then they went to George Reeves, The Adventures of Superman, and then and which was like my favorite Superman growing up, and then there was of course Christopher Reeves. I love the first Superman movie, and not so much the others, but I love the first Superman movie. It just had something. I don't know that it was just something from my childhood that I just love that movie. So, and I haven't really seen that Superman again. Actually, even with Christopher Reeves, I mean, I saw that magic happened, that one time with the first movie, and then those sequels, oh boy, they just went crazy with them, and not in a good way. But that was he just had that perfect look for it, and I love the old comic book looking costume that he had. Now it's I don't know what that is. That the material that they use, and probably it's probably a lot more realistic that he would have something of some kind of alien fabric or technology, because if he's invulnerable, his clothing would have to be as well. So I don't know. Autumn says good acting on Face Off movie too. Oh yeah, yeah, he was so weird in that movie. I remember going to the theater to see that. Yeah, and John Travolta. Tom says the role of Dracula necessitates some overacting. Yes, yeah, that goes all the way back to Bella. Yeah, is I mean I don't know. Have any of you seen the trailer? Go World Order says he mentioned the trailer. Um, the trailer looks like it's going to be good. See, I haven't seen the trailer yet. But yeah, I just thought that I would mention that tonight because I was like, oh, okay, that's a neat one. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but I'm going to go see it. SBC said I hadn't seen that Superman wasn't real. I thought it was digital, like the Chiller logo. Oh yeah, yeah. No, it's actually I got a couple of these. There's another one kind of within reach. I don't know if I could actually reach it, but I have two of these, and I bought them, and I actually had a book standing up at one time, about 20 years ago or so. I had them on my bookcase. Um, I forget what this was. Like, did I just buy this of itself? Did it come with a book? I really don't remember. It was a while ago. I've had them for a while. Um, Google World Order says, regardless of what so many people say, Nicolas Cage was cool in the remake of The Wicker Man. Speaking of overacting, what a strange movie that was. I just, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to remember. I just remember bits of it, especially the bees. Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird one, wasn't it? He was cool in the remake with the Wicker Man. Yeah, yeah, he was cool. He's always cool. I liked him in The Rock too. Back when he was still doing kind of the oh geez, I don't know if he's ever done like really mainstream movies, but like The Rock and Con Air. There was a bit of time there where he was kind of in these action movies. Um, what else was he in? Wild at Heart, wasn't he in Wild at Heart? I think he was. I'm trying to think back. It's been a while. So, I don't know. 8:42. 8:42. I think I'll put up the schedule again. We're all thinking about. Tom says that that was the Max Fleischer Superman series. Yes, he was responsible for the likes of Coco the Clown, Betty Boop, and Popeye. Awesome artist. Yeah. Yes. I've seen Popeye. Some of the really old Popeyes. I don't remember Coco the Clown. I know Betty Boop. I'm aware of that character, but I've never seen any of the cartoons of her. But yeah, Max Fleischer. Fleischer. Lasercorn says, by the way, speaking of upcoming movies, Netflix is reportedly working on a live-action Masters of the Universe movie series. Oh yeah? It's got to be better than Kevin Smith's. Well, look, I'm full disclosure. I didn't see it. I've only gone by reviews, tons and tons of reviews. Now they say, somebody has seen this. Let me know. Was it a bait and switch? Because he swore up and down this was going to be about He-Man and He-Man, Skeletor. And was it kind of like? You tell me. I won't get into it because a lot of it I don't remember well enough to really. I didn't prepare my notes on Masters of the Universe, but I remember the cartoon as a kid. But if they did a really cool, and in the movie that Dolph Lundgren was in, they just kept whacking away at the budget until they were just down to just a really low, super low budget. So, well, when you're dealing with things like that, the best place to have a movie is in the 80s is on planet Earth. So, He-Man and what's her name? Not She-Ra, but Taylor? I don't know. I forget the names, but didn't they? I think they went to Earth. Yeah, well, that's cheaper. Victor says Brightburn was a loosely based movie of an evil Superman. Oh, is that right? Brightburn. You know, that sounds familiar. Like I know I've heard that. I thought I saw that one, but I don't remember anything about it. Loosely based movie of an evil Superman. Interesting. Lasercorn says it's Voltron. Yeah, I remember Voltron. I remember back in the '80s. You know, they had G.I. Joe and He-Man, and Masters of the Universe, and Transformers, Voltron, all after school. Now in the '70s, maybe early '80s, but I think it's '70s. I remember watching Ultraman after school. What the heck else? Not Inframan, Spectraman. Uh, the Marvel, the Marvel animated cartoons with. I mean, these are like they weren't even animated. They were like they just take the animation cell and just slide it across, whoosh, you know. But they did the classic original stories, you know, the Hulk and Thor and Submariner and Captain America and Iron Man. They did all, you know, all those origin stories and all the early comic. Well, that's where they were in the timeline, about the mid '60s or so. Uh, let's see. Renee says yes. Yay, Liz Corn. I believe the Ultraman movie premiered tomorrow is in every city's movie theater cineplexes in the United States. Wow! Look up your city's movie scheduling tomorrow morning. That's cool. I had no idea. No idea until tonight. This is neat. That's why we need to do this show every Tuesday. Keep everybody, you know, informed here. Lasercorn says, although I am personally waiting for a Robotech reboot and Airwolf. Oh, remember the Airwolf? Yeah. Brian says, I'm late. Hey, Brian, thanks for joining us. SBC said, the film wasn't bad, pretty funny. I thought Dolph Lundgren, I mean, I can't think of anybody else who they would have got to play He-Man back in the '80s. Thor, he would have made a good looking Thor for back in the '80s. I thought. I mean, he would look just like him. I mean, look at the artwork of Thor and the face structure compared to Dolph Lundgren. SVC. Oh, where's that? Again, I'm doing that. I'm still doing that. World Order says Frank Langella was Skeletor in the Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, Masters of the Universe. He was also Dracula, right? Yep. In what, 1979, I believe it was. And he was. We were talking about Superman. He was Perry White. Perry White in the Superman movie. Right? Am I? No, he wasn't. Which? No, no. That was that guy used to be on the Little Rascals. I know I don't usually do this because I'm hosting this, but did he have something to do with Superman? I'm still looking. Sorry, folks. I gotta know. I gotta know. This is gonna bug me. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, okay. Superman Returns. Superman Returns, 2006. I knew I saw him in a Superman movie. Yeah, he would have been way too young to be Perry White in the old Christopher Reeves ones. Dungeons and Dragons. Renee says, yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. Renee says Captain Harlock. Now, I don't remember that one. I don't remember that one. JC and the Wheeled Warriors. I don't remember that one. Black Star. I remember the name, but now there's what Thundar the Barbarian. Yes, and Ukla the Huck, his big animal-looking creature. Yeah, I remember that. Who was the female? The was she a sorceress or something? Or I don't remember that. Yeah. That had a neat idea to it, you know, where the moon splits in half and I don't know, the world goes into an apocalyptic situation there. Jackie Cooper, Brian says. That's it, Jackie Cooper. Yep. Ghoul World Order says, yes, he was Perry White in Superman Returns. Right, yep. Tom says Jackie Cooper, yeah. It's funny that I would, yeah, because I remember that, and then as soon as I said it, I thought, wait a minute, no, he would have only been, he would not have been old enough yet to look the part of the old, grizzled newspaper editor. He was still Dracula at that time, or in that era. Tom says, Cooper was the guy who was in The Little Rascals. Yeah, yep, I remember him in The Little Rascals. Back in the day. All right, so. All right. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Got a neat, neat few interesting topics there. Renee says Beretta was in The Little Rascals. Yeah, yeah. Robert Blake. Robert Blake, yeah. Is he still alive? I know he was in a lot of trouble there for allegedly murdering his wife, I believe. So, Brian says, Cooper was also a munchkin in The Wizard of Oz. Now that I did not know. I never heard that. Renee said, I had a crush on Darla. Yeah. Wasn't that Alfalfa's love interest? I know he was pretty sweet on old Darla. Tom says, funny you remember The Little Rascals, but not Betty Boop. I remember her. I just have never seen... I used to watch The Little Rascals when I was real little. I used to watch them, but I've never seen like a cartoon or something with Betty Boop on it. Oh, I remember her. Renee says Petey was the doggy. Yeah, he had the what? Yeah, didn't he have like a black spot on his eye, around his eye? Yeah, Alfalfa, Spanky, Buckwheat. Wasn't there a kid called Frog or Froggy? Has a real weird voice. I don't know. Renee says the Three Stooges. Yeah, Three Stooges. Wow, it's kind of neat to see. Some of these are real memory joggers. Ghoul World Order says Petey had a circle around, around his eye. That's what I thought. A circle. Oh, he had a circle, not a big splot. Or okay, interesting. Boy, this stuff brings back the memories. I like it when Chubsy Wubsy. What? If that was I don't know if that was from The Little Rascals or not. I don't recall that. I don't recall that name. That's funny. These are fun to do. These episodes where we're kind of reliving, the cartoons and the shows and stuff like, whether it be this or Saturday morning cartoons, stuff like that. I love that stuff. I'm kind of interested, to see what you guys are throwing at me, what you remember. Chubsy Wubsy was the fat kid. Oh, is that right? Was that his name? That's kids are cruel. Yeah, I just remember Alfalfa, Spanky, Buckwheat, Darla, and the dog, Petey. I remember the other guys on there. He was before Alpha and Spanky, Renee says. Oh, back when it was like Our Gang. Wasn't it called Our Gang first, I believe? And then I remember watching something. They explained how it went from Our Gang to Little Rascals. I've just always thought of them as Little Rascals. But yeah. Autumn says, like Target Dog. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, something like that. Laser Corn says, gotta go. See you next week, peeps. All right, Laser, thanks for joining us. And go get a sandwich, by golly. All right, I'm going to put that schedule up again. And don't forget, this Saturday, January 14th on Stream TV, 9 o'clock, the kickoff, the Frightening Fun at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, Samson versus the Vampire Women. Then at 10:45, Jesse James meets Frankenstein's daughter. And at 12:20, the movie is Kill Baby Kill. And at 2 a.m., the movie is Bride of the Gorilla. There you have it. 9 o'clock at night, beginning on Saturday, ending at 3:30 a.m. Sunday morning. That's right, 3:30 a.m. because Bride of the Gorilla is an hour and a half. So, and these movies are basically back to back. There might be a couple minutes in between, but they are back to back with within a 5 minute increment there. So I hope you guys are enjoying the way that the shows are lined up. I haven't heard anybody say anything, you know, derogatory about it, or that they prefer the old way better. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is until I hear otherwise. Renee says, ChillerNight Stream TV. Sweet. Tom says, I believe it was our gang in the silent era, Little Rascals in the sound era, roughly. That sounds right, because I think it started out, that makes sense, because it started out as our gang, and then Little Rascals. So, okay, it's 8:56. I want to remind you again, next week, I'll share it to ChillerNight Theater's page. I'll share it to this page. YouTube viewers, it's not going to affect you one way or the other. It's coming. It's still going to be on the ChillerNight YouTube channel. Only for Facebook. Okay, YouTube, Facebook guys over here, so I can talk to you. We'll talk amongst ourselves. No, listen, it's going to switch over to Brian Hogues. If it doesn't work, it's not a big deal. We'll go right back. I'm just wanting to try this. I got to pick up more viewers because if I don't, I hate to say this, but I could be leaving Tuesday nights open for booking. I just want to try this. Let me try to see if this works. I got to get more viewers. So let's try that. Next Tuesday, we're going to be on my page. If you're not a friend of me, just either be a friend, or I'm trying to think if you follow my page, my personal page. There's the spelling, Brian, Bryan. Do that. Either friend me or follow me. I don't know if follow will notify you of the live show, or if you're able to chat. I don't know. We'll find out next week. We'll find out a whole heck of a lot more next week when we try this on the 17th. So, let's see. Renee says the Bowery Boys. I've not heard of them. Renee says, thank you, Brian. Awesome live horror sci-fi show tonight. Thank you, Renee. Thank you. Tom says, be sure it's a public link. Good. That's a good idea. Then they can watch even if they're not connected with you. Okay, cool. When I share, they can watch if it's public link. Okay, that's a good point. Another thing though. Well, okay, I'll stay on this train of thought. Okay, it will be on Brian's. I will make it public. And then I'll share it also to ChillerNight Theater and probably the escape room too, because I'll be talking. I want to throw in at least a couple minutes worth of escape room promotion stuff. So, because I want to start doing contests and stuff for people, at least in the vicinity, in the locality, for free passes and stuff like that. Doing a little contest stuff like that, like I used to do with the show, with the books. Well, I want to do that with the escape room passes. Renee says, sweet UFO, top secret declassified disclosure, and extraterrestrial alien missing time sleep paralysis, nanotechnological implant nightmares. GN, have a nice evening. All right, good night, GN. GN, good night. Have a nice evening to you too, Renee. some interesting topics there. I have to go to Escape Dungeon Room. Yeah, come on over, fly over to this to my neck of the woods there, and see if you can get out in an hour. And maybe by then I'll have my second one. I can't promise that, but I am working on it. So SBC says, good night, everyone. Stay healthy, and I'll see you next week if I don't miss it again. All right, cool. Thanks, SBC. And thank you, everybody, for joining me and each other for another Chiller Night Live. So appreciate it. Have a good week, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Have a good night. Have a good Chiller Night. See ya.